7 trips she made, carrying armfuls of twigs and solemnly dragging large boughs behind her. She patted them down in front of all 4 wheels. Her crisp hands looked like the paws of a 3-year-old boy making a mud fort. Her nails hurt from the mud wedged beneath them. Her mud-caked shoes were heavy to lift. It was with exquisite self-approval that she sat on the running board, scraped a carload of lignite off her soles, climbed back into the car, and punched the starter. The car stirred, crept forward 1 inch, and settled back 1 inch. The second time it heaved encouragingly, but did not make quite so much headway. Then Claire did sob. She rubbed her cheek against the comfortable, rough, leather-smelling shoulder of her father's coat, while he patted her and smiled. "Good girl. I better get out and get help." She sat straight, shook her head. "No, I'll do it. And I'm not going to insist on being heroic any longer. I'll get a farmer to pull us out." As she let herself down into the ooze, she reflected that all farmers have hearts of gold, anatomical phenomena never found among the snobs and hirelings of New York. The nearest heart of gold was presumably beating warmly in the house a quarter of a mile ahead. She came up a muddy lane to a muddy farmyard, with a muddy cur yapping at her wet legs, and geese hissing in a pool of purest mud serene. The house was small and rather old. It may have been painted once. The barn was large and new. It had been painted very much, and in a blinding red with white trimmings. There was no brass plate on the house, but on the barn, in huge white letters, was the legend, Adolf Zolzak, 1913. She climbed by log steps to a narrow frame back porch littered with parts of a broken cream separator. She told herself that she was simple and friendly in going to the back door instead of the front, and it was with gaiety that she knocked on the ill-jointed screen door, which flapped dismally in response. "Ja?" from within. She rapped again. "Hinein!" She opened the door on a kitchen, the highlight of which was a table heaped with dishes of dumplings and salt pork. A shirt-sleeved man, all covered with mustache and calm, sat by the table, and he kept right on sitting as he inquired, "Well?" "My my automobile has been stuck in the mud. A bad driver, I'm afraid. I wonder if you would be so good as to—" "I usually get $3, but I don't know as I want to do it for less than 4. Today I ain't feeling very good," grumbled the golden-hearted. Claire was aware that a woman whom she had not noticed, so much smaller than the dumplings, so much less vigorous than the salt pork was she, was speaking. "Aber, Papa, that's a shame. You charge the poor young lady that, when she drive by herself? What she think of the Sherman people?" The farmer merely grunted. To Claire, "Yeah, $4. That's what I usually charge sometimes." "Usually? Do you mean to say that you leave that hole there in the road right along? That people keep on trying to avoid it and get stuck as I was? Oh, if I were an official!" "Well, I don't know. I don't guess I run my place to suit you, smart Alex." "Papa, how you talk on the young lady? Make shame." "From the city. If you don't like it, you stay by Minneapolis. I haul you out for $3.50. Everybody pay that. Last month I make $45. They was all glad to pay. They say I helped them fine. I don't see what you're kicking about. Oh, these women's." "It's blackmail. I wouldn't pay it if it weren't for my father sitting waiting out there. But go ahead. Hurry." She sat tapping her toe while Zolzak completed the stertorous task of hogging the dumplings, then stretched, yawned, scratched, and covered his merely dirty garments with overalls that were apparently woven of processed mud. When he had gone to the barn for his team, his wife came to Claire. On her drained face were the easy tears of the slave women. "Oh, miss, I don't know what I should do. My boys go on the public school, and they speak American just so good as you. Oh, I want man lets me love America, but Papa he says it is Unsinn. You got money, he says, nobody should care if you are American, or old country people. I should wish I could ride once in an automobile. But I am so shamed that I must sit and see my man make this. 40 years I've been married to him, and pretty soon I die." Claire patted her hand. There was nothing to say to tragedy that had outlived hope. Adolf Zolzac clumped out to the high road behind his vast rolling flanked horses, so much cleaner and better fed than his wisp of a wife. Claire followed him, and in her heart she committed murder and was glad of it, while Mr. Boltwood looked out with mild wonder at Claire's new friend. Zolzac hitched his team to the axle. It did not seem possible that two horses could pull out the car where 70 horsepower had fainted. But, easily, yawning and thinking about dinner, the horses drew the wheels up on the mud bank, out of the hole, and the harness broke with a flying mess of straps and ropes, and the car plumped with perfect exactness back into its bed. End of chapter 2.